Windy conditions and persistent rain continues to plague parts of our area. Your forecast across the Caribbean and the Bahamas starts right now.
This is Meteo Mundo.
Hi, my friends. Rusty back here at Meteo Mundo. We are your home for Caribbean weather, and it's nice to see you for this latest video. I hope you're doing well. Coming up in this video, brisk showers, very heavy rainfall, gusty winds in the eastern Caribbean. We have another system that'll be moving into our western zones, and what impacts a cold front moving through the Gulf and the western Atlantic basin will bring as well. As always, Meteo Mundo, sponsored by the Lane Law Firm of Central Florida, your hometown homeowners insurance attorneys, offering free consultation and policy reviews. They'll walk you through every step of the insurance claim process. Make sure you check them out by going to leanomnilaw.com for more information. As always, love to hear from you guys. Let me know in the comments section below what's been happening in your area, what the weather has been like. We'll start off with our surface analysis, the first one after we've ended hurricane season. And it is a very typical December surface map. You see stronger areas of low pressure developing along the southeast United States east coast. You have cold fronts which are pushing through the Gulf and are able to work their way into the southwest Gulf and the northwest sides of the Caribbean. We have a trough that is extending through portions of the Bahamas, and the fresh trade winds have kicked back in the eastern Caribbean. So even though it is not a tropical map, if you will, with rich tropical waves and ample tropical moisture, there is still some significant impacts to our area here, and we have had some extremely heavy rain and some problems in portions of the Lesser Antilles over the last few days. We've had numerous flood warnings in some areas. If you've been impacted by some of this heavier rain, let me know in the comments section below. The numbers of the wind gusts in miles an hour, and friends, you can clearly see from the Anguilla, St. Martin area through Guadeloupe and Martinique and Trinidad and Tobago, we've had 30 and 35 mile an hour wind gusts for today. And these brisk easterly trades, they're kicking up the sea conditions and they're providing some fast moving showers. There was an adverse yellow alert for Trinidad and Tobago, but that has just been discontinued. Still doesn't mean we're not going to see some heavy showers across the area, but the persistent heavier rain is beginning to come to an end. But again, if you've been impacted in TNT by some of the rain, let me know in the comments section below. And again, the winds have been up. We continue to see that same situation across Grenada and the Grenadines and St. Vincent. A few fast-moving showers and a marine advisory for Barbados at the hour. Again, this is picking up a little bit of moisture and throwing in some fast showers over St. Lucia and Martinique. Live look outside to Corinth, St. Lucia. This is a little bit of some rain coming down right now, kind of that little rain curtain, that sheet of rain, as a shower is moving through the western side of St. Lucia from this live camera. And this has been the trend in the Lesser Antilles here for today, where we've had just fast moving showers, and then from time to time, skies have been relatively clear. But when we add up the rain in most spots, it hasn't been a lot, but there have been some localized areas that have had 1 to 2+ inches of rain for today, 25 to 50 millimeters. Fast moving showers over Dominica. Brisk winds over Guadeloupe as well. Montserrat, Antigua, Barbuda, St. Kitts and Nevis, Saba, St. Eustatius with a 25 mile an hour wind there. St. Bart's has had a 30 mile an hour breeze, and these fresh winds, they're not going anywhere, my friends. And as a matter of fact, we're likely to tap into just a little bit more moisture over the weekend to continue to amplify the rain chances. Again, it may not be a ton of rain every day, but the winds, you're going to feel them. And the showers, they'll be moving through in short order as well. Christiansted, St. Croix, a nearly 30 mile an hour breeze today. St. Thomas has had a 25 mile an hour wind. Speaking of Christiansted, this is from yesterday. R sent this video in, and it's a very common sight across the Virgin Islands. First of all, you can clearly see the breeze. 15, 25 up to 30 mile an hour winds. You can see it's kicking up. The sea conditions there right along the shoreline, and offshore wave heights have increased to 2 to 3 meters, 6 to 9 feet in a couple of spots. And then you can see some of the cloud coverage coming through with the fast moving showers in these areas. Pretty common for this time of the year, but the rain chance overall is a little bit higher than normal. Same situation across Puerto Rico as well. My friends in San Juan and Ponce, again, fast moving wind there. Aguadilla, 20 to 25, a shower or two not out of the question. Switch on over to our friends in the Dominican Republic and in Haiti. On the eastern side of the island of Hispaniola, we've had better rain chances today and thicker clouds. Punta Cana, La Romana, San Pedro de Macorís, Santo Domingo, up to the Samana Peninsula, and Puerto Plata. As it gets towards the higher terrain, starting to see a little bit in the way of losing some of that integrity of some of the showers, but a couple of showers are not out of the question there in the Lakai area. Very interesting feature south of Jamaica. Enough instability where we do have a fair amount of lightning strikes, but right now this is in the open waters of the Caribbean, and it is likely to miss Jamaica to the south. So while this could throw a few showers along the southern coastline, either later tonight or on Saturday, for places like Morant Point and Kingston and Portmore and Spanish Town, on over towards Mandeville and Treasure Beach and Sav Lamar and Negril, we're likely to only see isolated showers on the southern coast of Jamaica. This could expand a little bit north and again brush the island, but the bulk of the showers and storms are moving more due west, and that means they're headed towards the Central American coastline over the weekend. We'll talk about the improving rain chances there. There's the trough that I mentioned earlier, designated by that orange line here, right across the central side of the Bahamas. Now, there's not a ton of moisture associated with it. We've had a couple of scattered showers, central and southeast Bahamas, Turks and Caicos for today, but many dry hours and locations. This is what it looks like on the water vapor imagery for you guys. And again, the red designates the drier air. Now, this is a fairly potent front in an area of low pressure developing in the United States just off the coastline of Georgia and South Carolina. You can see the moisture beginning to move into the northern and the central sides of Florida, and with it, the opportunity for a few thunderstorms. This initial front will wash out, but there's a secondary one with an area of low pressure that will develop over the weekend in the northern Gulf, and this will move into the northwest Bahamas to improve rain chances there. Ahead of it, winds are going to be fresh. Temperatures are going to be on the warmer side because the wind's going to be out of the south, and skies are nice and clear. Beautiful late Friday afternoon here. Central Eleuthera, Governor's Harbor, plenty of sunshine, and again, a little bit of a breeze, but it's been a gorgeous last few days in this area. Should be a mainly dry weekend ahead, but starting on Monday, rain chances for places like Grand Bahama and the Abacos and Eleuthera and New Providence will be back on the rise. Be watching this cold front and how far south it's going to end up getting, the opportunity that it could spell some heavier rain through portions of Quintana Roo, especially over the late part of the weekend and into early next week. That includes Merida, Cancun and Cozumel, towards Tulum. Isolated showers and a rumble of thunder not out of the question for Belize City, San Ignacio, the Bay Islands, including Utila, Roatan, and Guanaja, as this front works its way south. And our feature here south of Jamaica makes a run towards the Central American coastline as well, and just be a little bit more moisture to pick up with. In between the Cayman Islands, can see a couple of spotty showers. And again, we still have our monsoon trough back down into the southern sides of South America. Now, it's a little bit less active. It's beginning to wane a little bit, but it's still a focusing mechanism for some showers and storms for Costa Rica and Panama. It's been a very breezy afternoon across the ABC Islands from Oranjestad to Willemstad, in the Bonaire area as well, 25 to 30 mile an hour winds. We haven't had a ton of rain, but we've had more rain in what is now the wet season for the ABC Islands, and there is better rain chances on the way in the forecast as well. But later on this Friday, despite the cloud coverage there in the Eagle Beach area, just to the north of Oranjestad, it's a beautiful late Friday afternoon. Again, fresh wind outside, maybe not the best for the beach goers, but temperatures have been quite lovely here. Got the sailboat heading offshore right now, and again, just a little bit in the way of some cloud coverage. And we could see a few more showers, even redevelop tomorrow morning, but deeper into the weekend and early next week, our rain chances will be higher here as well. Friends, let's get into the forecast. As we do so, I do appreciate you guys taking a quick second, hitting that like button, subscribe to the channel. You want these forecasts across the Caribbean and the Bahamas. You have found your home. Thanks for joining a fantastic community. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for sharing this channel with your family and friends. Those who are members, I appreciate that. That is the join button, and for as little as 99 cents a month, you want to support the channel, you can do it by becoming a member. See those exclusive things that you're going to get there. Okay, well, let's see. I want to go back here, and then we'll get into that. Apparently, I forgot to put in one slide, but that's all right. So now I want to talk about what's going to be happening over the next 3 days, and then I promise you we'll get into our island by island rainfall forecast. I'm going to start off in Bermuda, actually, because this is an area that is likely to continue to see some pretty active conditions as that next cold front comes off the United States East Coast. This front will then dive its way through the Bahamas into the Gulf and begin to impact the northwest side of the Caribbean. This feature is going to have a role to play, and we're continuing to see the trade winds in the eastern Caribbean drive in some fast-moving showers. That's the overall view of the weekend and into early next week. Let's break it down for you guys here and take a look at the model. So again, as you can see, this front, the rain for Florida, drifting south into the northwest sides of the Bahamas as we get into Monday. Rain chances for Freeport, Lucaya, and Nassau will just build into Monday, but still be quite low. I mean, Monday we'll start to see better rain chances, but it's going to take most of the weekend with many dry hours and locations. Central and southeast Bahamas, Turks and Caicos will actually be relatively dry. Places like Exuma and Long Island and the Acklins and Grand Turk could see a spotty shower over the weekend, but nothing that'll be concentrated. Cuba looks pretty good. You can clearly see the feature I'm going to get into more in a second here, but just for Jamaica's forecast, my friends in Montego Bay and Negril, you can clearly see it basically moves just to the south. You'll have east winds. It'll still bring in a few spotty showers. I think we'll get a little bit of rain tonight. Oh, excuse me. Someone's calling me. That's what I get for not hitting my mute button. Trust me, I'm going to continue. We might see a few showers tonight as the feature passes south. Then we're going to be relatively dry Saturday and Sunday with a little bit more rain back into the forecast on Monday. So spotty rain for St. Thomas and St. Andrew parishes, and then even out to the southern and western sides of the island as well. Manchester, St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland, and Hanover parishes. A couple of spotty showers there. Best chance on Sunday. Better rain chances will be, as you can clearly see, northern Nicaragua, Honduras, the Gulf of Honduras, coastal Guatemala, Belize, southern sides of Quintana Roo, and eventually even up towards Cancun and Cozumel as our front mixes with that feature to the south. And we'll see more scattered rain here, but some of that could be on the locally heavier side from time to time as things slow up a little bit. This is one of the areas that is going to be the wettest over the next 3 days. So if you live in Belize City, Roatan, Utila, Guanaja, San Pedro Sula, La Ceiba, you live in Cancun and Cozumel, or visiting, expect rain chances to continue to increase late in the weekend and early into the week. Scattered rain will likely continue for the rest of Central America, including our friends in Panama and Costa Rica. Things get interesting in the ABC Islands. I have a relatively low chance for anything organized as far as showers go for the weekend, but you can clearly see on the model there's a lot more green and yellow and red and orange on the way, especially beginning on Monday and into Tuesday. Shower chances are likely to rise fairly significantly in Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao starting early next week, at least for a couple of days. Some of that rain could be on the locally heavier side. We'll have to watch out for the opportunity here that it could cause some flood issues in a couple of spots. Please keep that in mind in those areas. Rain chances will fall a bit, but stay on the moderate side for the Windward Islands at least through tomorrow, and then Sunday and Monday will begin to dry out. We're still going to have the winds. The winds are still going to be 20, 25, even 30 miles an hour, so a fresh trade wind to go along with some shallow moisture and fast-moving showers. This will continue to elevate sea conditions, especially on the exposed water, so you're going to find the sheltered spots if you are small craft. St. Lucia and Barbados, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, including Carriacou and Bequia, Grenada, TNT, Nueva Esparta as well. Rain chances will be on the moderate side for my friends in Martinique and Dominica and Guadeloupe over the next couple of days. Some locally heavy rainfall is possible, more than an inch in a day, where a couple of areas could get 2 to 3 inches in total, or 50 to 75 millimeters. Most areas can handle that kind of rain. Not too concerned about big flood threat, but yeah, there'll be a scattered opportunity for that. Antigua, Barbuda's rain chances will stay on the higher side. Same thing for Montserrat, St. Kitts and Nevis, Saba, St. Eustatius, St. Martin, and St. Barton and Anguilla. Moderate to high rain chances early in the weekend, and then falling off a bit in a couple of areas by Monday. And the rain chances will be relatively elevated for the Virgin Islands, including Virgin Gorda and Jost Van Dyke and Anegada, and Vieques and Culebra and Puerto Rico as well. 40, 50+% chance each day over the next 3 days. Rain chances should be a little bit higher across the Dominican Republic compared to Haiti. These due easterly winds tend to, kind of dry out as they go up and over the higher terrain and try and make it towards the Haitian side of the island. The one area that could have a few passing showers would be the southern peninsula, including the Kai area, but better rain chances for Santo Domingo and Punta Cana compared to Port-au-Prince. Cuba's rain chances will be on the moderate side for the most part here. And we've already talked about the Bahamas, and then down the road, our next cold front once again will bring near gale force winds to just west of Bermuda. And this is an island that is likely to get very wet early next week as well. So now I get to go forward to your island by island forecast that looks like this. Again, improving rain chances, especially in the northwest Bahamas, especially by Monday, up to a 50% chance. Lower chances overall, central and southeast Turks and Caicos. Only isolated showers for Cuba. Same situation for the Cayman Islands, with your best chance being tomorrow as that weak feature moves off towards your south. Belize City's rain chances begin to improve. 20 tomorrow, but up to a 50 on Monday. Cancun and Cozumel begins to uptick as well. 50 on Sunday, a 60 on Monday. Jamaica's rain chances low over the weekend, still just a 30% chance on Monday. The Dominican Republic's rain chances 30 to a 40% chance. Puerto Rico still somewhat dry tomorrow, and then building late Saturday and into Sunday and Monday to a 40% chance. U.S. and British Virgin Islands have a higher chance on the moderate side. There's Bermuda's rain chances really going up by Monday to a 70% chance. Anguilla, St. Kitts and Nevis, your best rain chances are Saturday, with still some scattered showers in the forecast for Sunday and Monday, but just more dry hours and locations later in the forecast period. Antigua Barbuda, moderate to high rain chances through Monday. Montserrat, Guadeloupe, 60 tomorrow, 40 to a 50 relative Sunday and Monday as well. The Dominican Republic and Martinique, again, higher rain chances tomorrow, but still on the moderate side Sunday and Monday. Still some pockets of locally heavy rain, but a lot of this is fast-moving shower activity. St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, 50 tomorrow, 40 Sunday. St. Lucia holds on to the 40% chance for Monday as well. Barbados with scattered showers for your Saturday forecast, then more isolated on Sunday and Monday. Could there be a rumble of thunder? It's not out of the question, but there's not a lot of lift in the atmosphere this time of the year. So unless you get a big concentrated ball of storms like we're seeing south of Jamaica, you're mainly going to just see some rain in these showers moving by. Trinidad and Tobago, 50% chance tomorrow and Sunday, 30 on Monday. Grenada falls off slightly as well through Monday. Suriname and Guyana with a moderate chance for the forecast period. Nueva Esparta's rain chances stay in the 30 to 40% range. And there's that building rain chance in the ABC Islands, from just a 20% chance tomorrow up to at least a 60% chance on Monday. And I could be a little bit conservative on that. The shower chances for the ABC Islands on Monday could be fairly widespread. So when you have these brisk easterlies this time of the year, my friends, you're going to see a lot of green on this map in the open waters of the Atlantic, portions of the Gulf and the Western Atlantic Basin when the cold fronts come in and the easterly trade winds really kick in. So, again, eastern windward sides of the Lesser Antilles, got to watch out for some 2 to 3 meter wave heights and swells. Same situation for the open waters of the eastern sides of the Bahamas and Turks and Caicos. We'll watch what the Gulf is going to bring down the road, could freshen up some of the winds here in the Northwest Caribbean. But until then, things will be relatively quiet. But again, Monday and Tuesday, you can see the building wave heights there. And again, there's Bermuda, high waves, very strong near gale winds. So rain totals this time of the year, if you look up in the northern part of your map, that's going to be dictated by the cold fronts. Notice how that line of orange kind of elongates to southwest to east. Well, guess what? That's where the next cold front is going to stall. Here's our trough just east of the Bahamas, and wedged in between, there'll be some scattered showers to the Bahamas. Best chance for heavier rain, far northwest Bahamas. There's your higher rain totals in the Western Caribbean. Again, a few inches of rain, 2 to 3, not out of the question, especially right along the immediate coastlines. Drier for the Greater Antilles overall. Lesser Antilles also begin to dry out as far as high rain totals, but you get back down towards TNT in the ABC Islands, southern latitudes, and there's still a decent chance for some moderate to heavy rainfall from time to time. And Bermuda, again, could see locally heavy showers as well. Friends, I appreciate you guys. You can follow us across all of our social media platforms. We're on Instagram, TikTok, X, and Facebook. Send me a picture and video to help tell the weather story in your area. The easiest way to do that is myMediaMundo@gmail.com. You got a question about the forecast, feel free to drop it in the comments section below. And please remember that Meteo Mundo is sponsored by the Lean Law Firm of Central Florida, your hometown homeowners, insurance attorneys. You get wind, hail, hurricane damage, you've got a burst pipe. They can walk you through that insurance claim process. Make sure you check them out by going to leanomnilaw.com. Friends, as I say goodbye for now, I appreciate you taking a second, hitting that like and subscribe button. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you soon with the latest forecast right here at Meteo Mundo.